Hello, this is Matthew Robert Payne. I've written 201 books on Amazon, and Tulu and me have written quite a number of books. So this is Tulu Sarah Johnson, and this is Matthew Robert Payne, and today we're going to have a conversation with up to 20 people around a dinner table in heaven. The dinner table is at my mother's house in heaven, and so there's various guests there. We'll say the name of the guest when we address the person. Tulu normally comes out with most of the questions. The first guest we're going to talk to is Tulu's husband, Benjamin.
Well done, Matthew. I love this new rule of yours. Let's speak to Ben first, then we can speak to other people. I hope the father doesn't mind. Ben, does the father mind speaking to you first?
No, it should be a natural. Uh, it should be a natural part of any widow's life, talking to a
Mhm.
husband in heaven, and perhaps widows might not remarry if they're still in communication with their
Absolutely.
husband in heaven. Um, I look forward to these times. It's quite a number of weeks in between each session, and but I talk to you daily, during the day. But it's good to talk to you. God would love every human being on
Mm.
earth to be able to speak to their loved ones in heaven, and He would take a backseat to them communicating with their loved one. Matthew communicates and is directed by the Holy Spirit each day, but each day he talks to his mother, and he tends to talk to her more than God and Jesus, uh, and so she's close to him too.
Wow. You're absolutely right, Ben. If majority of widows or widowers are able to maintain communication with their loved ones, majority will not remarry probably because they still have that sense of belonging, that union between the couple. So how are you? Did you know this was going to happen today?
Yeah, we get told in advance. I've been preparing myself to be interviewed by you, and I've got all the answers to your questions already.
Do you know my questions? You know the
Matthew
question.
doesn't know your questions, but I'm aware of what you're going to ask me.
Oh, wow. Heaven works in wonders, isn't it?
Heaven is just another dimension, another level. For the righteous, it's a great place. For the people who wasted their life and didn't really do anything, it's not as enjoyable.
Hmm. So, listening to the Father this morning about love, and he was able to go into detail on the topic of love. Have you been able to understand love better since you've been in heaven?
I've experienced extraordinary love. I've received tremendous love from June, Matthew's mother, and Bob, Matthew's father. It's been extraordinary, father-like love. I've experienced great love from Michael Jackson and other saints, and God the Father and Jesus have been very loving to me. Sometimes I get a little embarrassed because when I meet Jesus and the Father and Emmanuel, my son, I'm continually asking questions. Sometimes I get a little self conscious that I'm asking too many questions, but they assure me that questions are fine. That they're here to answer questions, and sometimes I just have a discussion with them, but something they say reminds me of another question, and I ask them another question.
I think that was what happened to me this morning. I only intended to ask one question about love, but the more the father was speaking, I was getting more questions from the father's responses. So I totally understand where you're coming from. So do you think I should feel embarrassed about asking many questions as well? Because I like asking questions.
No, it's part of the makeup of a true seeker of God, and there's certain people who haven't got a lot of questions, and they wouldn't be able to run a podcast or make videos or teach people anything. But people with plenty of questions are quite able to teach, and that's the reason why you're finding that you can write books, because you've got so many answers to so many of your questions. You're just sharing the answers with people.
Wow, you're absolutely right. I've got so many answers to so many questions. And through that, I was just thinking that maybe I need to go back to Go Book and extract smaller books out of all those volumes of books that we've written, because there's a lot of insight that one can just go deeper on, or maybe topic by topic. What do you think?
Yeah, that's a good idea. You you don't have to give Bethany too much encouragement. She's able to line you up with 100 books to write.
What do you mean by that? I don't have to give Bethany encouragement. Am I encouraging Bethany by what I've just said now?
Well, going through God books and getting inspiration for new books, she'll be watching with you and giving you the ideas, and soon you just won't have 5 books to write; you'll have 100.
Well, maybe you're right. Maybe I shouldn't shoot myself in the foot. So I'm gonna keep my mouth shut. How is your relationship, Ben, with the Father and Jesus? What do you have the same type of relationship with the Father in Jesus, or does it differ based on your intimacy with them both?
I'm close to both of them, and they both play a role in my life. Jesus is more of a friend
Mm,
and brother. God is more of a father to
mm,
me, and but I'm very glad. I'm very glad that I lived the life I did, and
mm,
lacked all the opportunity and lacked the
mm,
success, and spent all my time in failure, reflecting and growing closer to God, because I'm so pleased that I wasn't busy on earth, and
mm.
I didn't make a success on earth, because it built such a big potential for loving God. And
Wow.
now God is rewarding me and giving me things to do. And I really do have the Midas touch. Whatever I turn my hand to is success. So
Mm,
I got excited initially when I got to heaven, started doing multiple things, and now I've toned it down and specialized on certain things that I like to do. So I like to teach Matthew's books and teach the videos that you do. I like to write songs. I like to help people with their songs. I love to speak in stadiums. So there's certain things I like to do, but I could do anything. Literally, uh, heaven is at my beck and call. I could pretty much do anything, and I've got permission to do anything. God, I really trust you, and there's a saying, many are called, few are chosen, and it's always been a mystical sort of phrase for Matthew, Matthew, I've seen on Facebook once that someone had rendered it, many are called, few are trusted. And it's an amazing thing to have a relationship with God where he trusts you. He doesn't trust everyone. Yeah.
Wow. Wow. So does that mean the idea of being last is not that really bad?
No,
If you
no.
wow. But we don't see it that way, isn't it?
It's not the human condition, the human way is the person in the spotlight, the person with the stage, the person with the likes, the person with the followers. They're the most important person, but it's the person watching YouTube videos and writing poetry and having mystical experiences with God and just being a gentle, beautiful human beings. To the other human beings they know, someone who exemplifies and lives the life of Jesus, but was never ever discovered. And many of them want to do things, and this person may have a small YouTube channel that never grows and never understands why they can't be a success, and no one takes them seriously. And there's plenty of people like that that end up in great positions in heaven.
Wow. Do you think the process is painful though?
The process can be painful, but makes tremendous character. I don't know if you fully caught it. Perhaps you did catch it and didn't respond as much as maybe you could have. But I want the people listening to this or reading this book. I've been given a position in heaven where I can do anything,
Hmm.
anything, anything I choose. And not all people are promoted to such a level in heaven that they've got
Wow.
authority to do anything they choose.
And what was the cost?
It was a life full of pain, a life full of rejection, a life full of frustration. But I used that life to bury myself really deep with
Hmm.
God. And I was so close to God and so intimate with God that even my own wife and children were unaware. No one was aware of my relationship with God. Um,
Yeah.
yeah.
I knew you were close in the sense that you are led by him, but I never knew the level of how intimate both of you were to God or you were to Jesus. But why was that eating, Ben? Why was that eating?
That was part of the sacrifice. That's something God told me. Perhaps if I had shared the level of intimacy I had with God and Jesus, perhaps you would have felt rejected. Perhaps you may have felt inferior. You may have not felt worthy to be my wife. There were reasons, but uh, God Himself told me to be private about that, and I didn't fully understand, and now I understand. Uh, it's a cliche that the world's your oyster, and heaven has become a land of opportunity for me. And the longer I spend here,
Mm.
the deeper my lyrics are, the more I'm receiving love and giving love, the stronger my relationships with people here, and stronger my relationship with God. The more powerful my lyrics are in my songs.
Wow. What you've just said there really surprises me because there were so many times I questioned Jesus that why? Why are you not blessing Ben? Why are you not allowing him to prosper? Where does that, where does he, why does he keep having this blockage that is preventing him from moving forward? And Jesus used to tell me, don't worry, it's going to be fine. It's going to be fine. But there was a stage I came to the conclusion myself that maybe Ben is never going to be able to do anything here. But I couldn't tell you that because I didn't want to discourage you. But did you feel that? Did you feel that from that maybe I've kind of let go and just handed everything over to God? Not giving up, but I was just like, God, you just do it wherever way you want it.
I didn't lack love from God. I didn't lack reassurance. I knew my lack of success wasn't up to my relationship with God. I knew my relationship with God was fine, just as Matthew has been in the middle of his addictions and still know that his relationship with God was fine despite that. So I had an inkling years before I died that I may never achieve anything on earth. But I didn't tell you because I didn't want to worry you. And the same thing, I didn't want you to get upset because it's such a humiliating thing to not to be able to provide for your wife. And it really humbled me and made me into the person that I've become. And you'd be so proud of me here in heaven. And I really wish I could tap and transfer some of my songs to your phone. But when you get here to heaven and you hear my songs and you hear people singing my songs, you'll be so proud of me.
Wow. I'm looking forward to that as well, to be able to hear your songs, to be able to see the things that you're doing. And I've always been proud of you, Ben. Even while you were here, I've always been proud of you because I knew there was something that was so different about you. And whether you were successful or not successful, it doesn't affect how proud I was of you either way. So, do you think from your experience, Ben, people that might be passing through pain, hardship currently, and feeling like God has forgotten about them, what would be your encouragement to them?
I just tell them to concentrate on what is real, what is real about their relationship with God and their intimacy with God. There's so many things that Matthew would love to do. He'd love to have a private class with 30 students and teach them all the prophesy and teach them in the prophetic. He'd love to preach at a Hillsong conference and teach people the power of dreaming or the power of intimacy. There's so many things you have to do, but you've got to concentrate on what's real. And what's real in Matthew's life is his intimacy with us, his intimacy with God and Jesus and the saints in heaven. And these videos and these books that he produced, and you got to make the main thing the main thing. And if you never achieve your dreams and never step into what you hope for, use the pain, use your life to redirect the pain into your relationship with God. Perhaps you could start a journal and start to pour out your pain to God and listen to what He has to say and ask Him questions about your life. And you don't have to publish it like Matthew published his book series, Conversations with God, but it would be good for you to journal your life and your experiences and God's answers. Put it in a computer, type it in a computer, and print it out for you to be able to read, and you'll get encouragement from that. But my life wasn't wasted, it was just a preparation ground for something great.
Wow, that's powerful. My life wasn't wasted. It was just a preparation ground for my future. So do you think every children of God, all the creation of God, should be able to see that our journey has been planned and there is nothing wasted in our journey, and we should be able to entrust that journey into God's hand without worrying about not being
Uh,
successful?
it's a natural thing for people to worry. Matthew had so many plans for his life and held on to those plans for 40 years. And it was a great sadness to find out that those plans aren't real. It doesn't diminish the fact that Matthew really loves his relationship with God now, and he can see God's going to use him to speak prophetically in the future, and he enjoys being God's friend. It's just a natural thing for human beings to look at their life and look at their worries and look at the concerns and get worried. Normal human beings don't really have much faith in destiny and purpose, and there's not a lot of teaching on that subject. A lot of people would assume that the bad things happen to them because the world is evil and the world is bad. They wouldn't consider that God allowed those certain things to shape them and mold them and make them into the person that they are. So having an understanding that your life has a purpose and it's a destiny and there's no mistakes, that'd be hard for some people to come to grips with and believe and even understand. Um, my life itself was hard to understand. It's only better understood here in eternity, and so we can't expect everyone to accept that their life is what God planned for them. So many people are sad and have been hurt and are in situations that they don't like, and it would be almost an insult to them to accept that God planned that and God's allowed that. So, but in some ways, it's positive to think of that our lives are planned and destined, and everything we go through has a purpose. On the other side, when people are suffering or being through hardship, it may be hard for them to accept that it was God's plan.
Wow. So what was your coping mechanism while you were on Earth? How were you able to cope and to continue going?
I just ran to God. I had conversations with God and had conversations with Jesus, and they didn't answer all my issues. They didn't answer all my questions. They couldn't answer my questions. Sometimes they gave me vague answers and like common answers that weren't specific. They were just general sort of answers. We love you. We're proud of you. We're going to do a great work in your life. All this has a reason. There's a purpose for all of this. Wasn't specific, but it encouraged me. And I heard we have a purpose for your life and we've got a plan and don't worry. I heard that hundreds of times because I queried hundreds of times. And now I know that everything in heaven is open to me. I've got to basically shut things down to stop doing things because I found myself spreading myself too thin. So I never knew that I'd be a recording artist, and I never knew I'd be a recording artist with Michael Jackson and co-write songs, and so that was a total surprise, and it's a total joy. I can't walk away from that, but I certainly like helping edit other musician songs, and some of the songs do tremendously well and become popular. And it's my lyrics that I hear people singing and people love. And I like teaching in the stadiums and meeting people. You come to heaven and we question saints on the stage, and me and you ask questions, and me and you have become stars in our own right, and I enjoy doing that when you sleep. Um, People love to meet you because of your interviews, and they see you doing your interviews, and it's great to be your husband alongside of you when people are coming up and wanting to meet you and wanting to get photos taken. So we really are ministering in heaven, and you'll be ministering all your life in
Wow.
heaven alongside of me. And there's not a lot of humans that actually get to do that.
Mm. Wow. So why do I get to do that?
Special.
Mm. Do God still surprises his children in heaven? Do you still get surprised by God?
Yeah, all the time.
Wow.
Sorry, that wasn't a long answer.
No, I'm
You
just
know, yeah, when a song when a song you write on, or you write uh, by yourself, and melody writes the music for you, and you produce a song by yourself and your angel, and your song gets voted in the top five, and you sing that to heaven. People worship with your song, and you're in the throne room, and you're number five, and you learnt how to write hit songs with Michael, and now like the Michael anointing has come onto my life. That's a
wow.
surprise. It's something you can't take away from me.
Wow. Why you moved to tears, Ben?
Just I never thought I was that good.
Mm.
Have a billion people worshipping to your song. It's
Wow.
more than just. It's more than playing drums in a stadium with 50,000 people. It's
Mm.
singing your song to a billion people and
Wow.
them worshipping.
Wow. I guess you're still in awe of the things that's happening in your life on a
Yeah,
daily basis. Do you pinch yourself? Do you pinch? Is it me? Oh,
yeah. It's hard to come to grips with it. I wish. I wish everyone listening to this in heaven would focus on developing their relationship with Jesus and the Father, and with Jesus and faith and the direction of the Holy Spirit, all things are possible. And heaven has so much more for you than you realize. And you probably all know my song, and I'm so happy to bring this message to you.
oh, I'm so happy to listen as well, Ben. Have you got any word of advice for me?
Just keep on working hard like you do. Try and do one to one book from Matthew and you, and one book from you.
Every month.
Yeah, or as often as you can.
Yeah. That's what I'm working towards. A book, at least, that me and Matthew writes together, probably from these conversations. And then a book that I write myself, at least two in a month, will be good. I used to do so much before, but now it seems to see a
You
wind
you
down.
you you, you had a lot of material. material that you'd recorded over 6 months.
Mm. Yeah.
So you just made them into books and that produced a lot.
Yeah. How is how is your relationship now with Mary Magdalene?
Yeah, she's very good. She's like a mentor to me.
So you're still very close?
Yeah, I'll let her answer that. If you
Okay,
want,
well,
if you
well,
want to
I'll have to
ask
answer
her,
that. I'll
if you
keep
want to
that
ask her
question.
later.
Yeah, let me speak to Manuel then. Hello, Manuel. It's good speaking to you, by the way. Thank you.
Yeah. Hello, Mum.
How are you?
Yeah, I'm good.
Do I sit at your feet as well, Emmanuel?
How do you reckon that you'd be sitting at my feet?
Yeah, I guess I'll be a very naughty student. Do you think I am naughty if I sit
No,
at your feet?
you're not naughty at all. You ask pretty good questions, but you don't seem to remember my answers when you get back to Earth.
Well, maybe that's the impact of landing back on Earth. So, do I keep asking you the same question over and over again? Is that what I've
Yeah,
been doing?
not really.
Yeah, I love asking questions, but I'm just imagining that if that is it at your feet, probably I will have to do the same as well and be learning from my teacher.
Yeah, that's fine, Mum.
So how are you?
Yeah, I've been pretty good. I've been playing with Michael. Michael performs about 4 nights a week, and
For
so I do that, and we do the podcast, and I interview musicians, interview saints, and I have a good podcast that I do with Michael and Benjamin.
oh, what is it like saying that? Is very emotional.
That's all right. I see him in tears quite a lot.
Why? Why does he cry? What makes him cry?
It's still healing happening.
Hmm. From the hurt, from his experiences on hurt.
Yeah, still healing.
Wow. It seems to take a long time, isn't it, to
Oh
heal?
yeah, but when you're becoming perfection, uh, it takes a while to get the imperfections out.
Hmm. That's so good. It takes a while to get the imperfection out. So, do you think it's going to take a while for me to get rid of religion?
Maybe, Mum, maybe you'll be a fast learner.
You should know by now. Am I a fast learner?
If you think so.
Why are you dodging my answer, Emmanuel? You've been very political today. It's like, when I was asking Jesus about Ben, and Jesus would just be going round and round, not telling me yes or no, but saying, just believe me, just trust in me. That's how you're answering my question now. It's like you're dancing around the answer.
I don't mean to be dancing around your answer, Mum. I'm just giving short answers, that's all.
Okay. I don't like short answers. It doesn't work well for me. So you can expand a little bit.
Yeah. Uh, I'm very proud of Dad, and from time to time I see him in tears. He, he, um, he it's good to give him a revelation in one of my teachings and later see lyrics in one of his songs with
Mm.
that revelation in it. He
Wow.
processes the information I share with him very well. He's like Matthew's favorite verse. He's a doer of the word, not just a hearer only. He processes stuff, and he doesn't always ask me questions. He's constantly working on himself and processing and developing into the information that I'm sharing with him.
Wow. So how have you evolved with your relationship with Michael? I know you're very close with Michael.
Yeah, Michael's like a father to me. He's a very dear friend of mine, and we share so much together, and he's really growing to be close to Jesus. He's got a lot of questions too, and it's helping him move through the realms.
Wow. What was it like seeing your father discussing about love today? It's like I was asking him questions, even though I've asked him a lot of questions about love in a series of God conversation. But a lot of the things that the father was saying still sound new to me, as if I've not heard it before. But he said it several times. So, how have you been able to experience the father's love, Emmanuel? Because you are close to the father.
I'm so close to the Father. I'm like his hand or his foot, and
Wow.
I really carry the essence of Jesus, the essence of the Father, and I'm so much more mature than 15 years of age. I've got generations of wisdom and knowledge, and you're talking to your boy, but you're talking to a celestial elite
Mm, wow.
mystic, and so I'm very close to the Father, and He comes. The Holy Spirit so often speaks through me, and sometimes I speak at a level that's too high for Dad, and he has to have me tone it down a little bit. But me and John Lennon have some good discussions.
So you and John, you're able to communicate better at the same level now because
Yeah,
he's
John's being mentored by the father now, which is really good.
wow. I'm going to speak to John as well. So yeah, Manuel, just good to hear from you and Daddy. I always
Really love you, Mum. And sorry, it could be the condition Matthew's in, but it could be just my mood that I've had a busy day today and not so talkative. But I really love you. I really honor you. I respect you, and I'll be happily reading and discussing these individual books that you do.
oh, thank you, Manuel. That means a lot to me. I love you as well. I love you so much. And I'm looking forward to seeing you one day. Thank you. Hello, John. Since your name has been mentioned, Matthew's gonna say John Lennon. So I don't like to say hello, John Lennon. I wouldn't want somebody to say hello to Lou Johnson. Just call my first name. That's enough. But for people that want to know which John, it's not Apostle John, it's John Lennon.
Hello,
How are you?
Tulu. How are you?
I'm good. How are you as well?
I've been good. I've been swimming in the pool outside this house and doing uh, swimming in the pool outside in the sunshine. If you believe heaven has got sunshine, and then I came upstairs in my trunks to the second floor and did laps in the 50-meter pool in the house, and
Wow.
I'm getting really fit. I'm looking pretty handsome, you know.
Do you need to worry about that in heaven? So I thought you just get fit
Always,
naturally.
I gotta look after the women. Like the women like looking at my body.
But John, I just thought that you don't need to keep fit because I hate fitness. I despise it. Like going to gym is just not for me. So do you need to do that again? Can't you just have a good body without not having to run?
Just having a good swim, and the Holy Spirit must have known that was going to annoy you.
Oh my, yeah, I'm not a gym person. I've tried to love it, but it's just not for me. So, how are you? How's your relationship with the father?
Yeah, it's good. I'm sitting here in a bathrobe. I've just come up from swimming, and June has got a roast lamb and roast pork, and it's
Um,
good to eat. God, the Father, is very good. He's this morning he was teaching me the Beatitudes in Matthew 5, and uh,
yeah. Oh,
and he knows them at a level that very few people know them, and that's really good. You need to ponder and reflect and put into practice what he says, or you don't retain it. And doing a bit of teaching. I've got my own podcast where I teach some of the things. The podcast is called Gems from the Father,
James from the father. That's a
and
nice name.
I share individual insights that I get from God, and people tune in and really enjoy it.
Oh, that's a nice title. James for the father. So, what has been the best part of being
Don't
the father
don't think
son?
you're going to steal that book.
Well, definitely, I've written it down. No, I'm very good at nicking other people's ideas. So, you could give me more insight as well. I like these conversations because I get a lot of inspirations from them, revelations, ideas of what next to do, what next to do, what next to do. Because I like to be busy, occupied. Though I've slowed it down because I'm trying not to be religious any longer. And I'm so grateful to God that that is coming off me. So, what's been the best part of being the father's son?
Just experiencing love like you are teaching today in your recording. Just experiencing the conditional and unconditional love of the Father. It's got both dimensions to it, and experiencing His love and His unconditional support. And it's really amazing to spend time with someone who's not only been around for eternity and
Mhm.
has amazing wisdom, but it's good to hang around a person who knows you better than you and believes in you and
Wow.
knows your potential, and through his own instruction sort of guides you towards your potential. He's the one who said um, to start a podcast called Gems from the Father, and 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 allowed me to pick something that he said each time we're together, and for me to share that with people. He said, teaching other people what he said will solidify that in my mind so I don't forget. So that's why they suggested you start a YouTube channel, because repeating what you've heard
Mhm.
helps you solidify it and ground it in yourself.
Wow. You're absolutely right, John. The more you write it, the more you are able to learn and reflect on all of those things. We know Ron is going to write a book about heaven. And so far, just from going back to volume 1 of God's Conversation to volume 4, he's added about 33 chapters so far to write about heaven. And I'm
Yeah.
so surprised. I'm like, where does that data go? Like, can I even remember what God said in volume 1, volume 2, volume 3? So you're absolutely right. Sometimes you just have to teach or share what you've got with other people And through that process, you are able to retain the knowledge and probably work in it as well. So, John, what have you been doing apart from the podcast? And do you still write music often?
I got my little mice come out. Yeah, so I write music and I sit at the feet of the Father, and I've been writing books and I've been sharing on my podcast, and I've been doing concerts and doing multiple things each day.
Multiple things each day. And you've just finished swimming. So,
Yeah.
yeah, so I better allow you to be. Thank you, John. It's nice speaking to you.
You don't have to go now. You can keep on talking to me.
Oh my God.
Can't you
Okay.
think of any more questions?
I could think of more questions, but I just felt maybe I had to move on.
No, you don't have to move on. The other people can wait.
Oh my God. Would you like to do another interview if Matthew is up for it? Where you could
Uh,
share the Father's gem with us that on earth here. It will be good to get an insight to some of the gems, don't you think?
um, nah, that's private for people in heaven.
Wow. Well, even if you're not going to share the ones, but at least you still got some insight that you could share with us, people on earth
Yeah,
that
we
we.
could do another interview.
Oh, yeah. Well, that would depend on Matthew. So hopefully, when Matthew is up for it, we could do another interview. So thank you. Thank you, John. Let me speak to Michael now. Hello, Michael. Michael
Hello,
Jack.
Michael Jackson. Yeah. Um, Hello, Toulouse. How are you?
I'm good. How are you as well?
Yeah, I'm extraordinary.
What does that mean, Michael? I wanted to say Matthew. What does that mean, Michael? You are extraordinary. You're in
Um,
a good
I,
mood.
I'm in a really happy mood.
Wow. What makes you happy? Do you mind sharing your excitement?
Uh, I got a number of songs on the charts. I released an album. They've got an album chart now, and I released an album, and it came number 5 on the charts for the week. So
Wow.
there's a whole album of my songs, and there's other people that beat me, but that's extraordinary. And a lot of people download the album, and the album has a theme and carries a message from song number 1 to song number 16, and uh, carries the same story. And a whole lot of worship songs and uh, traditional songs and contemporary songs, and it's a great album, and so I'm happy about that.
So what's the secret to your success, Michael? Can you share it?
Intimacy.
Wow. So you're so close to Jesus now.
Yeah, I'm close. Yeah,
So is that what it means by dying to self? Intimacy. Are they both linked together?
yeah, it is. Um, I I prefer to say that I get led by the Holy Spirit in my writing and everything I do now.
Wow. People wouldn't think that, Michael. Don't you think that
Yeah,
Michael?
people can think what they are. Like half the world thinks I'm a pedophile.
Oh, have you been able to heal from that? Because I know that must be so hurtful.
It still hurts, you know. You still got to deal with it.
But when people get to heaven, they have a better understanding of who you are, isn't it?
Yeah.
So it's just a matter of time. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you. What's it like working with Emmanuel, I know you're very close
Yeah,
to
he's a good musician, and he sings backup vocals, and he's been learning to write songs, and he's coming along really well. And he's adopted me as a father, and it's good to have like a father son relationship with him. It's a shame I can't be a father to my own children, and so he takes the place of that. And God knew I needed a father like in Ben, I needed like a friend like in Ben, and a father like Bob. But God also knew I needed a son, and it's good to have the children that I teach, and it's good to have them around me as friends. But it's good to have someone like Emmanuel, like a special son.
Wow. What is it like saying the Father go deeper on the topic of love this morning? Were you able to tap into that? You understand what the Father is saying much better because you are in heaven and you've experienced an intimate relationship with Him.
It yeah, Matthew was like struggling a little bit with the answers today, and you may not have picked that up. So it could have been deeper than what it was, but I enjoyed that. I enjoy doing the three levels of podcast. Ben giving the what the podcaster said, Emmanuel taking it deeper and me taking it lower,
Mm.
and putting songs to it. And I look forward to doing that video and teaching that on the podcast.
Oh, thank you, Michael. Eman I wanted to say Matthew. I said Emmanuel. Matthew, are you tired?
No, I'm fine.
You're fine. Okay. Let's go to mommy. Hello, Jean.
Oh, so you finished with me? You stopped talking to me. You're skipping around everyone. You think that we've got a lack of time? We've got some time, or are you running out of time, Tolu?
No, I'm not running out of time. I still got at least 1.5 hours.
Oh
Like,
well, you don't have to run away. You can ask me another question.
oh my God, Michael, you surprised me. Okay, what is he like to trust in God, even when you don't know?
Well, when you make a special effort in heaven to get to know God or get to know Jesus, if you seek me with all your heart, you'll find me. Jeremiah 11:13 says, and it's true. If you seek God with all your heart, you'll find Him. So it's easier to trust God when you know Him and you've experienced
Mm.
Him, and so I've experienced Him and I know Him, and I'm His son. And I mentioned that it's good to have Bob as my father, but it's good to have God as my father. And a lot of people can't trust God or find it hard to trust God because they don't know Him. And when you know Him, it changes and everything gets revolutionized. And so my songs are with my intimacy with Jesus and my relationship with God. The songs have more depth and resonance, and they've turned from being poppy and exciting to more depth. And it's got the flavour of Ben in them, and it's got the flavour of John Lennon in them, and they've got more depth and meaning and understanding in them. And I was, yeah, especially happy to see Ben get his first song in the top five, and I can understand Ben getting a tear in his eye when he's telling you because he's just so proud of himself. Just the same, it's good to have a whole album in the top 5, and just to give you some understanding, like there's over 1 million albums released that week. So
Over 1 million.
1 million albums released the week that my album become number 5. So there's a lot of competition, and so I'm proud of myself, and I'm really happy with myself. And the more you trust in God, the more you follow the leading of the Holy Spirit, the closer you get to God. The closer you get to God, the more you trust God.
Wow. So are you so proud of who Ben has become? Looking at his journey from when he first of all arrived to heaven and where he is now.
Yeah, there's no stopping him. There's it's like you're in a race car and he's put his foot to the uh on the pedal right to the bottom, like he's going at maximum speed, and he had to do a course correction and slow down because he was involved in too many things, like he told you.
Yeah. Wow. What you said there about trust is really powerful. What really impacts us trusting God is because we don't know Him. So there's an element of you having that intimate relationship with God, and that will help your trust in Him to implode. And I think that's the thing that I struggle with initially as well, because it's easy for my children to trust me because I've told them I will do something and I've done it over and over again, and because they can see me. But not having this opportunity of being able to see God, sometimes God becomes an imaginary being within you. And because of that, you find it difficult sometimes to trust. So, how can people grow in that trust?
Uh, One way to grow in your trust of God is uh, get Jesus' commandments and do them and practice them, and you'll find that Jesus is smart and his way's the best way, and his way works out better. So that's one way. Another way is to get promises of God and claim them for yourself and watch them do a miracle in your life, and you can trust God in that way. So if you obey the leading of the Holy Spirit and things work out well for you, you'll develop trust in God. So if you obey God, you'll work out that God's smart. And
Mm.
when you work out God's smart, you'll come to love Him. And when you love Him, you'll trust Him. And the more you trust Him, the more you'll obey Him. And it's just this circle that gets more and more intimate.
Thank you, Michael. Do you exercise as well? Do you keep fit?
I expend a lot of energy on stage.
So you don't need to keep fit. I've got a question for you. How are your animals, Michael? Your
Yeah, I
snake,
got like a zoo out the back of this house.
the snake one is not for me.
All right, I won't bring the snake around when when you're with me.
Thank you. Thank you. Because I still always have this attachment to snake. The snake represents Satan. But that's not so. But that's the way Old Testament describes it. So when I see Satan, when I see snake, I remember Satan, which is not good, but there's a lot of correlation between the two. So maybe it's still my religious stuff. Do you think
Don't worry
so?
about your religious stuff. Say goodbye to that.
Thank you, Michael. It's nice chatting with you. So can I move on now, Michael?
Yeah, yeah, you can move on now.
Thank you. Thank you. Let's go to June. Hello, June.
Hello, Tulu. How are you today?
I'm good. How are you as well?
Yeah, I'm doing pretty good.
Are you finding your new role? Are you settled in now?
Yeah, it's busy. It's busy, but I like to be busy.
It's not just me that likes to be busy. You like to be busy as well.
Yeah, I like to be busy.
Wow.
But I haven't got any religion in me like you.
Did you had it before, but it's no longer there, or you've never
Oh,
had
I was
it?
very religious, and the time up here has helped me, and I've become more free. I really liked your book, Leaving Church and Religion.
Oh, that's going to come out next week. I'm so excited. So excited for the book to come out. And I will be able to give a lot of religious people like me. Hopefully, they're not going to hate me for it, but I don't care. I just give it to Christians. Have it, read it. Yeah, thank you. I'm looking forward to it as well, especially to be able to touch the paper book. Yeah.
Yeah. It'll be a big
So
book. How many pages is it?
I think it will be at least 600 plus.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't like reading big books, so I don't know why I write big books because I don't like reading big books myself.
You have to read that one, but
Yes, I have to read that one again because I'm going to learn a lot from what I wrote in there.
don't get frustrated at the mistakes that you find.
Well, yeah, you I've told my proofreader to ensure that he gives special attention to this one. But I'm sure there's still going to be mistakes, but I've gotten used to accepting mistakes now. That it's not the end of the world. Because sometimes I do silly mistakes, even in these videos, and I'm like, what? Tolu, what were you thinking? Well, I just have to get used to making mistakes and still, June, I'm a very private person. I'm a very shy person. So doing this is nerve-wracking, sitting here, speaking to people on the dinner table that don't even know how many people are there, speaking to the Father can be very scary. How were you able to adjust to your role in heaven? Is there a secret that you can give me?
Just be yourself.
Hmm.
Don't hide yourself. Just be yourself. Be true. Just be true to yourself.
I think I'm going
Don't think you have to perform. Just be you.
to just be
Just do
you.
just do you. If
Just do it.
something makes you upset, let people know that made you upset. People
Wow.
something makes you fear, just don't say it.
Hmm.
You've got
Thank you.
control over your mouth. Just say what you want to say and be who you are.
I think sometimes some things comes out without not my control. I couldn't control them, they just come out.
Yeah, like daddy.
Yeah, like that. I cannot still believe I said that. Like it did not even pass through my brain. My brain did not process that. That just came up like out like that. So I guess sometimes God wants to show you I'm the one in control. Do you think God is the one in control? Jane, do you think so?
He has some control.
He has some control. But does that depend on us?
Yeah, it depends on us.
Oh, thank you, June. I just wanted to hear your voice. I want to try and go around the table to there. So,
Is
so
that why you're skipping past people really fast?
because I know usually I've got my favorite people that I usually talk to all the time. And I'm thinking there's so many other people on the dinner table. So Tolu, just try and go around the room, allow everybody to speak. But I don't know how many people are there. But the ones I know, people can speak. Yeah. So that's why I'm skipping past. Matthew, have you got a question for mommy?
Uh, just saying hello to your mum. Son, I'm very proud of you. I know you're scared about your dentist appointment tomorrow, but everything will be fine and it'll go fine, and you can have no fear. And you're thinking of staying up tonight so you don't sleep and you don't have problem getting up early to go there. And perhaps that may be a good idea, but perhaps during the middle of the night you may get too tired and you may go to bed. But it's a good thing to think that you may stay up. It's a sad thing to see that your TV remote is running out, and you went to your computer and ordered a new remote, and it comes next Wednesday. So that'll be good for you, and you just leave your TV on so you don't have to press the on-off button until then. And So I'm watching your life. I'm always seeing your life. I'm happy with your life, and I'm proud of your life, and I'm proud of the interviews you're doing with God, and heaven is learning and really appreciating the depth of the conversations you're having at the fireplace, and it really makes me proud when I meet people in heaven. They all ask about you and they want to know news about you, and they want to know what you've been up to and what you're doing, and they know about your interviews with Toulouse because everyone watches them, but they want to know your personal life and what you're up to. So everyone I've met today knows you've got a dentist appointment tomorrow, and they know that you've got an appointment with your heart specialist next week, and I've become like a diary for you, telling people what you're up to, and so you got many people praying for you, and there's many people commit your life to prayer, and yeah, so I'm happy, and you make me happy. You make me very proud. And if it wasn't for your life, I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing now. So I'm happy about that. Thanks a lot. God bless.
Wow. Thank you, Mama. So we can speak to Papa as well, Matthew, don't you think?
Yeah, I'll just go to the toilet.
Okay.
I'll make a coffee. I'll just be a sec.
Yeah, take your time.
Yeah, back
Matthew?
now.
Yeah. Thank God I look at my calendar. I've got meeting in 15 minutes. So I've got 15. Yeah, I never knew. I thought it was in an hour time, but sometimes I miss things out, but we've still got 15 minutes. So should we speak to Daddy?
Dad says hello and welcome everyone. You've only got 15 minutes to go. So you wanted to talk to Mary Magdalene about something.
Yeah. Well, I asked Ben that how is his relationship with Mary Magdalene said, well, she will be able to speak into that better. So maybe that's my
So,
question.
so this Mary, Ben is like he's like a puppy that you train to go to the toilet and you train to do tricks and you walk into the room and wags his tail and runs up to you. Ben is just this happy, joyful, uh, responsive, obedient person, and he's like you know he's full of questions and but he's really learning the job. He's really learning about sitting on a throne and learning the responsibilities of heaven. And he's not a person who you give information to and it just goes out in one ear and out the other. He, in weeks' time after you've spoken to him, he's talking about what you talked to him a couple of weeks before, and he's asking more questions about that, which means he's been thinking about it. He's constantly processing information and utilizing information, and he's one of the best students I've ever had. And it really is a pleasure to be his mentor. And even though I'm like 2,000 years old and I'm really old and mature and really mature in the Lord, Ben it doesn't seem young. He seems like someone that's really old and it's been around for thousands of years and his history of where he actually come from, and it's evident to me that he's been around for thousands of years. And I'm not sure I'll share it on this podcast who he was before he was born, but he he uh, he shows the wisdom of that. He knows his theology really well. He's really educated. Uh, the most exciting thing is he's really hungry, and it's a real honor to answer his questions and guide him and steward him in his new roles.
Wow. That's very deep, Mary Magdalene.
What's that?
I said, that's very deep, your response.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's why Ben wanted me to say it rather than him say it.
It makes so much sense. So, how is your new role?
Uh, so we're preparing for that. That's a role that will last for a number of years until Jesus returns, and I'm learning a lot about it and learning the truth about those scriptures about the end times. And Matthew's just looking at this little mouse coming onto his table. He's really game. He comes up close to Matthew. He's about 1 foot away from him.
Matthew,
Uh,
it could be a pet. Just catch the mouse, put the mouse in a cage, and let it be a pet.
uh, uh, there's no such thing as a proper mouse trap anymore. Yeah, he's really friendly. I wish I could pet him and touch him. Yeah. So yeah, there's a lot of learning to do. A lot of what's written about Revelation or preached about Revelation is not true. So you can't really use videos on earth or books on earth for knowledge. There's people in heaven that have written about the book of Revelation, and those books are truth. And so there's a lot of study and understanding that I'm growing into, but I'm enjoying it, and Jesus knows a lot, and the Father knows a lot about that subject, so I spend a lot of time talking to them, and it's like I'm back in high school, being educated.
That's so interesting. It's like you're back in high school. So do you enjoy the fireplace conversation? Is it any
Yeah,
di- is it any different from God conversation? I see it as the same thing, but do you see is it different?
Matthew's more relaxed.
Okay, in the
Yeah,
fireplace.
yeah,
Okay, okay. So I don't see the nervousness. It carries it really well. So, so, so I don't know when it's nervous. So
yeah.
so yeah, thank you, Mary. I just wanted to hear from you. Actually, I wanted to hear from a lot of people today, but I've just noticed I've got to pop into a meeting very soon. So, but we can ask the father one question. Don't you think it wouldn't be good not to speak to the father at all?
Oh, you can ask the Father one question, Tulu, if you like.
Father, I'm going to ask you a question, which came from your joke yesterday that you got a lot of glory around you. That we give you glory, we give you glory. So, what is your glory, and how do you reveal it?
Matthew doesn't understand what glory is, so it's hard for me to share it with you. But I've got a lot of glory because people are always sending me glory. Yeah, this mouse
So,
is this mouse is coming up to drink some milk that Matthew spilt.
Matthew, I don't know how you could see so close to a mouse. I'm going to run a mile. Yeah. Uh, he seems to enjoy the company of the mouse. What about if the mouse was sent from heaven to keep you in company?
Yeah, well, he's a fun friend.
Matthew, you're distracted now, so maybe we should just close the conversation. Let's hear Jesus speak as well. Hello, Jesus.
Hello, how many minutes have you got left?
Oh, 7 minutes. Seven.
Right.
Yeah, yeah. Jesus, can I ask you what moves you to compassion?
Brokenness, pain, suffering,
In people's
troubles,
life?
people's brokenness, people's pain, people's suffering, people's needs, people's desperations.
Oh, wow. What is it like watching Ben grow in heaven?
He's coming along really fine. You don't have to worry so much about him. Heaven has a way of stripping pain off you piece by piece, and
Mm.
he's really adjusting well. And his songs are reflecting that, and the person he is reflecting that, and the way he carries himself is reflecting that. And we're really happy with him. You don't have to be concerned. He came a long way in the first 6 months of being
Mm.
here, but it's just the final touching up of him that is good. Getting his song in the top five was remarkable for him, and it's given him hope that he'll get a top four and three and two and one song. So he's come a long way since he got up here, just assisting Michael to getting his own hits himself. So,
Wow. Thank you, Jesus. Matthew, I've still got 5 minutes, so I will ask Apostle Paul, a question.
right, yeah.
That what kept you going through all the hardships you endured for the sake of the gospel?
The love of the people
Oh,
that I was reaching. Of course, if I had have known that people with good hearts and people like sheep were going to probably go to heaven anyway, I may not have bothered But it's certainly the church isn't really living up to the things I taught. People don't understand what it is to die daily, or it's no longer I that liveth, but Christ that liveth in me. They don't understand that you can actually be a living Jesus. Imitate me as I imitate Christ. They don't know that you can actually imitate Christ and be Christ. There's so much that has been lost by the church these days, and it's truly a shame.
Oh, wow. It's a shame. Paul, why do you think we don't follow your teaching? Is it too hard for us?
There's not enough money in it.
It's not profitable.
It's not profitable to preach the real gospel.
Wow. You didn't care about that while you were preaching the gospel.
No.
But what?
That if I was the pastor of a church today, no one would attend my church.
Wow.
It'd be too tough.
Wow. No one will attend your church if you were here today. So, what kept you going? Because, Paul, I cannot still understand the fact that you go to heaven, then you come to the heart, you were able to experience it, you knew what you were doing, you were very aware that you were in heaven, and you're still okay to stay on earth to endure suffering.
It's the people. I stayed for the people. I said that in my teaching, it'd be better if I left and went to heaven right now, but for your sake, I'll stay. I stayed for the people. I endured the suffering for the people, for the sake of the gospel. I wish sometimes people gave the gospel and the true message of God importance over their money, over their comfortability, over their lifestyles, over their love for the world. I wish that people would prioritize the message of God and the true message of God over their own comforts.
Thank you, Paul. Matthew, 2 minutes more. One question for Peter, and that will be it. I know you wanted to stop. Paul, you can't wait to stop the conversation. Paul, what did it feel like being a leader of the early church, one of the leaders of the early church? What does it feel like?
It was a great responsibility, but it's also exciting. It was something new. All I'd done before was fish, and I was the fisher catching fish and selling my fish in the markets. And Jesus told me that I could become a fisher of men, and I was a very good fisherman, and I was very good at catching men, and it was exciting. And I was pleased that I helped Jesus with his message, and I certainly had a lot of questions and learned a lot from Jesus. I was able to take those answers and that knowledge into my ministry and further the sake of the early church.
Wow, who would have thought that catching fish would be a good skill set that is transferable to winning souls? You wouldn't have.
It takes a lot of patience to catch fish.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Bob knows all about that. Me and Bob go fishing a lot.
Oh, thank you, Peter. Thank you, everyone at the dinner table. It's one exactly, Matthew. Matthew, you can close it. Don't just say hello, bye. Just close it nicely.
So if you enjoyed this conversation at the dinner table, I'm happy for you. And this is on a playlist. And I don't know what the name,
What you want?
conversations at the dinner table, I think, is the name of
Yeah,
the playlist.
yeah.
This is number 41. There's over 41 hours of conversations that you can listen to. I hope that you learn something off this. We certainly enjoy doing them, and if you listen to this video to this point, press the thumbs up button for me if you choose to, and I'd love to hear your comment if you had a comment. God bless.